What if I told you the biggest scandal on Love and Hip Hop wasn't about cheating, fighting, or side chicks, but a baby?
Yeah.
A real, living, breathing child, allegedly used as a reality TV prop by none other than Kirk Frost. And guess who just blew the whistle? Jasmine Washington. And honey, she didn't just speak up, she came with receipts, rage, and a little sprinkle of revenge. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, it's just more VH1 drama, let me ask you this. What kind of man signs off on diaper deals and camera close-ups while allegedly plotting custody moves behind closed doors, just to stay relevant on TV? Who sells fatherhood for views? Because that's exactly what Jasmine is claiming in a now viral leak that has the internet screaming, Kirk, you're canceled. From court papers to shady contracts to accusations of emotional manipulation, this ain't just messy. It's nasty. And if you thought Kirk Frost's cheating scandals were bad, buckle up, cause this one might just take the baby bottle. Stick around, because what you're about to hear could flip the entire show upside down. And it starts with one dirty secret. Ladies and gentlemen, reality TV just hit a new low. Because while we were all watching the usual back and forth drama on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Jasmine Washington just pulled back the curtain on something far darker than we ever expected. And no, this isn't about infidelity, love triangles, or Rashida walking out again. This time, it's about a child. Specifically, Jasmine and Kirk's son, Cannon. According to Jasmine's latest explosive claims, backed by what she calls sealed documents and deleted footage, Kirk Frost never wanted full custody of their son for parental reasons.
Nope.
She says Kirk's real goal was to use that baby to stay relevant on screen and to secure a fresh storyline that would keep those VH1 checks rolling in. Now, let's rewind for a second. You remember how the whole world gasped back when Jasmine revealed she had a child with Kirk while he was married to Rashida. Yeah, that moment broke timelines and group chats across the nation. But at least back then, it felt like emotions were involved, scandalous, yes, but still human. Now, Jasmine is painting a picture of something colder. She's saying that everything after that reveal, the custody battle, the visitations, the on and off camera arguments, was all part of Kirk's grand plan to keep the cameras rolling and the Frost name trending. Not for love, not for parenting, but for fame. And honestly, the timing makes it all a little too convenient. Right when Kirk's relationship with Rashida was starting to get stale on TV.
Bam.
Jasmine's storyline enters like a plot twist from a Shonda Rhimes show. Kirk suddenly becomes the reluctant father, the man caught between two women, trying to do the right thing. Cue the dramatic music. But Jasmine? She's done playing along. In a now-deleted Instagram Live, which, let's be real, lives forever on Reddit and Shade Room, Jasmine looked directly into the camera and said, he don't even know what Cannon's favorite food is. But he wanted him full-time so VH1 could get the footage. That's what it was. That baby was a plot device, not a son to him.
Phew.
Talk about swinging for the throat. She then went on to detail conversations she allegedly overheard between Kirk and his management, where he referred to Cannon as the storyline that saved season 8. Let that sink in. Her child. Their child. Reduced to a ratings boost. Now, obviously, Kirk hasn't commented publicly because of course he hasn't. That man has mastered the art of silent scandal. But insiders close to production claim that Jasmine's not bluffing. One anonymous source even said, Kirk was pushing producers hard to get more scenes with Cannon. But behind the scenes, he barely picked him up or called. He was all about appearances. And if that wasn't enough, get this. Jasmine claims that Kirk once tried to script a custody meeting to happen on camera, despite her asking to keep their legal battle private. According to her, Kirk told her, it hits harder when they see it. It'll help your image too. Let's make it a moment. Make it a moment? Sir, this is not a promo for an album drop. This is your child's life. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. Jasmine says she has proof. Screenshots. Voice notes. A timeline of every time Kirk conveniently showed up with a camera crew and then ghosted her for weeks. And she's allegedly working with a content lawyer. Yes, that's a thing now. to figure out how much footage of Cannon aired without full legal permission, especially during moments when she claims she never signed off. Because if even half of what she's saying is true, Kirk could be looking at more than just public embarrassment. He could be facing real legal consequences. Especially if the show's producers were complicit in putting a minor on TV under false pretenses. But wait, it doesn't stop there. In leaked DMs sent to a fan account, Jasmine allegedly wrote, "They made me the villain, but they begged me to come back every season. Kirk wanted to be the hero. They used my son to do it." Now this raises the question, was Jasmine ever really the problem, or was she just the only one telling the truth? Because let's face it, she's no saint. The way she entered the show, the drama with Rod, the lies, the half-confessions, we remember it all. But at the end of the day, Jasmine might have actually been the one person who didn't have a script. Kirk, on the other hand, he had plot points, scene partners, and allegedly even wardrobe notes. And let's not forget the emotional toll this has on Cannon, the child caught in the middle. He's barely school-aged and already being whispered about in confessionals. Already being filmed without understanding why daddy shows up only when the crew does. What happens when that kid gets older and watches the show? What does he feel when he sees his existence boiled down to ratings? And more importantly, how does the audience feel now? Because the court of public opinion has already started dragging Kirk through the digital mud. Twitter is in flames. One user wrote, "Imagine being so irrelevant. You had to use your own son as a storyline. Kirk is lower than Stevie J at this point." Another fan tweeted, "Jasmine been problematic, but she was always real. Kirk's been fake since season 2.
Ouch.
As Jasmine's voice grows louder and the clips continue to circulate, it's clear, this isn't going away. It's just getting started. And the real question is, what happens next? Because while Kirk may have thought he was playing the long game by dragging his child into the spotlight, he might have just lit the match that'll burn his entire brand down. And just when you thought Jasmine had said everything she had to say, boom, she pulls out the one thing Kirk apparently didn't think she still had, the contract. Jasmine didn't just go live, drop some accusations, and vanish into the influencer night.
No.
She brought the receipts. And not just spicy DMs or shady quotes. We're talking about something official, something legal, something that could potentially expose the entire machinery behind Kirk's so-called Father of the Year, Act on Love, and hip-hop. A leaked clause. That's right. Screenshots of a partial VH1 production contract have surfaced online, allegedly sent to Jasmine back when Kirk wanted her to rejoin the show as a full-time storyline. The document is watermarked, partially redacted, but one line stands out in bold. Subject's child may appear in scenes deemed relevant to familial or interpersonal conflict, provided one custodial parent is present and has signed off.
Boom.
That's the crack in the foundation. Because according to Jasmine, not only did she not sign off on multiple tapings involving her son, she actively asked producers not to use him in certain episodes. She says those requests were ignored, brushed aside, and at times, completely denied. And what's worse, the contract shows that Kirk allegedly negotiated a higher episode rate for scenes where his extended family was included. Now do the math. Kirk, who was already being phased out of the Rashida-centric storyline, suddenly has a reason to pull Jasmine and Cannon into the narrative. And each time the cameras roll with that baby on screen, the check goes up. That's not parenting. That's pimping your own storyline. Jasmine said it best during a now viral clip from her second live stream. "Every time I said, 'No, let's not do this on TV,' he hit me with, 'Come on, just this once. We need this.'" Need what, Kirk? A moment? Or a payout? Twitter and TikTok immediately exploded. Creators started analyzing the leaked document like it was a Supreme Court case. Fans started clipping old episodes and pointing out how uncomfortable Cannon looked in scenes. One creator even did a side-by-side of Kirk's screen time versus Cannon's, and the numbers are disturbing. But it wasn't just fans weighing in. Anonymous crew members, who clearly had enough of the behind-the-scenes lies, started sliding into DM conversations and even Reddit threads. One whistleblower wrote, "I worked audio for season 9. Kirk was cool off camera, but super strategic. He used to call Cannon the little wild card. Said viewers felt sorry for him. That's not how you talk about your kid. Another former production assistant chimed in. We were told to get the baby in the shot, at least twice per day, when Jasmine visited the set. She looked uncomfortable the whole time. Let that sink in. This isn't just messy anymore. It's manipulative. It's calculated. It's disturbing. And it gets darker. Jasmine also claims that she had an off-camera agreement with Kirk, a verbal one, that their son would only appear in positive, family-building moments. But once the cameras were rolling and the editors got busy, those positive moments turned into fuel for Kirk's redemption arc. Remember those teary-eyed scenes of Kirk trying to be a better man and make things right with his family?
Yeah.
Jasmine's now saying none of it was real. He cried on camera, then left without even saying goodbye to Cannon. Production drove us home. I paid for the snacks he ate on set. Cue the internet's collective jaw-dropping. And suddenly, a new question started trending on Twitter. Hashtag, where was Kirk off camera? Fans started rewatching old episodes, picking apart scenes, noticing how quickly Kirk's dad mode evaporated when the cameras cut. Even some castmates started chiming in. While no one named names, a few cryptic subtweets have people talking. Spice tweeted a popcorn emoji followed by, when the contracts come out, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face. Shakina posted, some folks been fake parenting since season 7. And Rashida? She's been radio silent. No likes. No comments. No stories. Which, if you know Rashida, is basically a loud statement in itself. But don't worry, it doesn't stop at the show. Because now, legal TikTok has entered the chat. Lawyers have begun analyzing whether Kirk could actually be liable for parental exploitation if Jasmine's claims hold water. According to one viral legal breakdown, if Kirk knowingly used his minor son for financial gain without full custodial consent, and production was aware, this could fall under a violation of Georgia's child labor and consent laws, especially if the footage was edited in a deceptive or emotionally harmful way. Basically, if it can be proven that Kirk knowingly manipulated footage involving a minor, it's not just bad press. It could be actionable. Suddenly, Kirk's family man brand isn't just cracking, it's collapsing. His Instagram? Flooded with comments like, is Cannon getting paid too? Or, just you? You really filmed your own son for clout? Unfollowed. This is disgusting. Even sponsors are allegedly pulling back. A fashion brand that Kirk recently partnered with scrubbed his promo post off their grid. And fan pages have begun rebranding their support pages, turning @FrostFam forever into @JusticeForCannon. But here's where things reach a new level of chaotic. Jasmine just teased that she's sitting on one final piece of evidence, something she calls the nail in the coffin. In her latest IG story, posted for less than 2 hours but screenshotted by everyone with working Wi-Fi, Jasmine shared a blurry PDF file labeled Scene Outline, Episode 7. And the caption? He planned this like a movie. Wait till y'all see who helped. Wait who helped. Because now the scandal isn't just about Kirk, it's possibly about the network. Rumors are swirling that a senior producer from VH1's Atlanta office may have known about the manipulation and turned a blind eye. And if Jasmine names names?
Phew.
That's not just reality TV drama. That's corporate meltdown territory. And the fans? They want blood. The hashtags are trending. The T accounts are cooking. The timeline is locked in. So the question isn't if the fallout is coming. It's just how hard it's about to hit. And in part 3, we go deeper. Because if what Jasmine's teasing is real, there may be lawsuits, child advocate involvement, and network-level damage control happening behind the scenes. You think Kirk's in trouble now? Just wait till we talk about the alleged cover-up, the scene outline document, and how VH1 may be scrubbing files as we speak. Keep watching, because this isn't just reality TV anymore. It's reality. And it's about to blow sky high. So let's pick up right where we left off. Jasmine drops a cryptic PDF teaser labeled Scene Outline, Episode 7, with a chilling caption. He planned this like a movie. Wait till y'all see who helped. And just like that, The scandal blasts past Kirk Frost and crashes headfirst into the Love and hip-hop production team itself. Because now it's not just a messy baby daddy storyline. Now it looks like VH1 might have been in on it. According to a leaked email, allegedly from a former assistant editor who worked on Season 9, producers received weekly storyline templates that included not only scene suggestions, but dialogue prompts for Kirk. Yes, dialogue. As in, scripted reality. And right there, under a bullet point dated Week 3, Custody Tension Build, it says, Kirk discusses child support anxiety. Insert child footage if Jasmine agrees. Push emotional payoff for mid-season finale. Yup. Not only did they plan the emotional build-up around canon, they scheduled it. Like it was a content calendar. Like it was a TikTok trend. And guess what? Jasmine never agreed. In her newest voice memo leak, sent directly to an independent blogger on TikTok, she can be heard saying, I told them not to film canon that day. I wasn't comfortable. I was told, just trust the edit. We'll make it look respectful. Respectful? Y'all made my baby a plot twist. And now fans are furious. The hashtag Justice for Canon has gone viral, racking up over 3 million uses across TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, and Threads. Petitions are popping up demanding VH1 issue a public apology. Some viewers are even calling for a boycott of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta until Jasmine's claims are investigated. But guess who still hasn't said a word?
Kirk.
The man who allegedly orchestrated this entire debacle is sitting silent while Jasmine does all the exposing. Not a single statement. Not a single denial. Not even a shady subtweet. And if you've followed Kirk Frost for more than 2 seasons, you know silence is his favorite defense mechanism. But Jasmine? Oh, she's not done. Because just when people thought she had dropped her final card, Jasmine revealed the scene log. In her Instagram story, she posted a screenshot from her phone, a full file labeled Lahatl_S9_outline_Kirk custody _V3 PDF. And inside, detailed production notes for every episode Kirk appeared in that season. Notes like, introduce tension around visitation, Jasmine hesitant, Kirk assertive. End scene with Kirk holding baby to camera for emotional cutaway. Mid-season cliffhanger. Kirk threatens legal action for full custody.
Are you kidding me?
That's not reality TV. That's reality theater, starring an unsuspecting child. And now, it looks like VH1 is trying to clean house before the fire spreads. Insiders have leaked that several pages related to Kirk's contract, Jasmine's initial email refusals, and raw footage from unreleased scenes have suddenly gone missing from the show's internal archives. Suspicious? You bet. And here's where it turns corporate. A junior-level producer, anonymously posting under the name ClipGirl on Reddit, claims that a code red meeting happened at VH1 headquarters just days ago. In her post, she writes, upper management is freaking out. Legal is involved. They're trying to figure out how to either discredit Jasmine or offer her a silent payout. That's right, a silent payout. Not to protect Jasmine, not to protect Canon, but to keep this entire thing from turning into a lawsuit. Which brings us to the next player in this unraveling mess. Georgia's Department of Labor and Child Services.
Yep.
They're watching now. A local Atlanta child advocacy organization has publicly stated they're reviewing footage from Love and Hip Hop to see if any violations of Georgia's child performer protection laws occurred. If so, both Kirk and VH1 could face civil penalties. So what started as a baby mama drama storyline might end with network executives sitting across from investigators. And let's not forget the public. The backlash is nuclear. Kirk's latest Instagram photo, comments turned off. Rashida's latest cooking video, hijacked by comments like, are those baby back ribs or baby back storyline money? Did y'all film this before or after the court hearing? Even other Love and Hip Hop cast members are trying to distance themselves. Young Jock said on his radio show, if this is all true, man, that's a bad look. You can't fake fatherhood. And Scrappy? He tweeted and deleted, I told y'all years ago, some folks do anything for airtime. But now comes the million-dollar question. What happens to Canon? Jasmine has hinted that she's pursuing full legal custody with a strict no-filming clause attached. She claims Kirk's attempts to turn their son into a character were not only emotionally dangerous, but spiritually toxic. In her words, "My baby isn't a backdrop. He's not a plot device. He's my son. I will fight anyone who treats him like anything less." And that's the mic drop. Whether you love or hate Jasmine, you've got to admit, she came with everything. Screenshots, voice notes, contracts, scene outlines. And one thing Kirk didn't expect: momentum. Because while he was allegedly using canon to gain screen time, Jasmine used the truth to burn the entire system down. And maybe that's why this story matters so much. Because this isn't just about one man's greed or one producer's bad judgment. It's about what we normalize in the name of entertainment. How far we'll let people go to stay relevant. And how easily we forget there are real kids behind these fake TV tears. And now the question is yours. Was Kirk Frost really just trying to be a father, or was this all one big performance for the cameras? Did Jasmine just expose the ugliest side of reality TV, or is there still more to uncover? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we know you'll have opinions. Hit that like button if you're shook, subscribe for more exclusive breakdowns, and don't forget to share this video, because if what Jasmine says is true, this might just be the biggest scandal love and hip-hop has ever seen.